The following is a sports presentation of Q100.
Springs Valley Girls High School Basketball is on the air. WFLQ Q100 presents exciting play-by-play coverage of Springs Valley Girls Basketball. Tonight's game between the Springs Valley Lady Blackhawks and the Bar Reeve Lady Vikings is being brought to you by Legends Restaurant across from the fountain in French Lick. Orange County RAMC offering home security systems. Call 865-2229 or toll-free 888-337-5900. Smithville Fiber now offering DSL and fast internet service to customers. Another way to serve you better. Springs Valley Bank and Trust with offices in French Lick, Paoli, and Jasper. Springs Valley Meadows, an American senior community facility, Highway 145 in French Lick, and by Vincennes University Jasper campus. It just makes sense for education. Call 812-482-3030. And now Springs Valley Girls Basketball. Let's go courtside with Q100's Mike Hamilton and Kelly Schmidt.
From the Hawks Nest on the SV campus in French Lick, Indiana, this is Springs Valley Girls Basketball, where tonight the Lady Hawks return to action for the first time since Thanksgiving as they look to get back on the winning track, taking on the Bar Reeve Lady Vikings. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kelly Schmidt, hoping everyone had a happy Thanksgiving weekend. Back to work for the Lady Hawks here tonight, and they're hoping for a better effort than what we saw from them on the Tuesday prior to Turkey Day. That was an 11-point loss to the Mitchell Lady Blue Jackets, who had come in with a record of 1-6 and had yet to win on the road. Yet the Lady Hawks showed that they were basically two different teams, with Ellison Burton on the court and with her on the bench, saddled in foul trouble. The Hawks made a couple of comebacks in that contest, but ultimately in the end, Mitchell was able to prevail. So after 4 straight wins, Kelly, the first blemish, I'm sure Coach Niehaus anxious to see how her team bounces back.
Yeah, and like you said, Thanksgiving holiday, able to get some extra practices in, and Coach Niehaus is a coach that's going to dissect that game film and take a look at what Mitchell was able to do and make sure that those areas are corrected as we go into tonight's game against Bar Reeve.
Bar Reeve, under new coach Brett Graber, and I guess we should say, and Mark Holt. They're kind of co-coaches. It's an interesting situation here. Michael Hopkins stepped down not more than about 6 weeks or so ago, even during the start, or while the volleyball season was going on, and these two decided to take over. Brett, technically the head coach in his first year, but Mark Holt, if you remember, for more than a dozen seasons, guiding Bar Reeve to some outstanding years. So I think they've got the coaching kind of situated. The problem is they got such a late start, and with the volleyball team going all the way to state, they're trying to play catch-up right now. Yeah,
certainly so. And obviously Bar Reeve's known for their volleyball, obviously basketball in the past. They've had a couple rough seasons, but with these two guys leading the show, they're definitely going to hope to get back on track. And this season that they've got a lot of kids out again for the team, as they haven't had a JV in a few years, and so their numbers are increasing. The kids are excited about basketball again, and so the Hawks will definitely have to come out here and perform tonight against the solid Bar Reeve team.
As we know, it's hard to use comparative scores, but this Bar Reeve team did beat Mitchell by 15 back on November the 17th, and then 3 days later, of course, Mitchell prevailing over Valley by 11. Hopefully that does not continue the pattern. Tonight it is Springs Valley at 4-1, Bar Reeve 1-3. They, as we said, the only win was to Mitchell. Their losses coming big to Linton, but only 5 to Tecumseh, who's ranked in the top 10 in Class A, and then an 11-point loss to 3A Washington. Tip-off about 12 minutes from now. But first, before we have that, we'll have our Springs Valley Girls Basketball Report as we're joined by Marty Niehaus. When we come back, this is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
This is the Springs Valley Girls Basketball Report with head coach Marty Niehaus as the Lady Hawks take on the Bar Reeve Lady Vikings. Well, Coach, it's been a week now since the Mitchell game right before Thanksgiving, and I'm sure that contest left a kind of a nasty taste in the mouths of you and the girls a little bit, and I'm sure you're anxious to get over that and get back to things here tonight.
Yeah, I'm hoping we're in a different place this Tuesday than we were last Tuesday. I feel like the time in between there we had some good practices and kind of got our focus back, and so hopefully we can show that on the floor tonight.
Ellison got into foul trouble, and it was obvious to everybody that you were two different teams with her on the court and with her on the bench.
Exactly. She went down really quickly, and we had to go with Kennedy there early on, and Kennedy hadn't had hardly any varsity experience yet, so she was kind of in deep a little bit to start out, we struggled a little bit. That was clear to see. When we got Ellison back, started the second half, we made a nice run. Then she got another foul, so we had to sit her again. So, I think we were definitely two different teams, when she was on the floor and when she wasn't. So, hopefully we don't have to replay that scenario again. And if we do, I hope we handle it a little better.
In terms of the defense that Mitchell played on Jewel, did you feel like they should be commended for what they did, or did you feel our girls didn't do a good enough job, I guess, of trying to find her?
Well, I thought they did a nice job on Jewel, but I put a lot of it on us as well. We had several turnovers, and there were possessions where we didn't even get close to getting Jewel the ball because we lost it, almost as soon as we crossed half court. So, that part of that was, I guess, our overall defense. Maybe part of it was just us not being, real sharp. I didn't feel like so. While I thought Mitchell did a decent job on Jewel, I don't think that was the whole story.
I thought the defense did a good job in creating mistakes, but seemed like in the early going, Mitchell wasn't knocking down the threes, and then they kind of had that flurry where they did, and that kind of changed the complexion of the game. Yeah,
I thought Mitchell, like you said, after the initial stages of the game there, they found the bucket real well. And, I was a little bit surprised because our gym has a whole different perception from what they're used to playing in, but looked like they felt really at home here and did a nice job finding the bucket.
Talk a little bit about this week, obviously going through Thanksgiving weekend in terms of maybe not necessarily a sporadic practices, but you kind of had to pick and choose your times a little bit. Were there any areas of focus that you worked on here in this past week?
Well, it was kind of nice not to really have a game that you had to prepare for. You have a couple of days just to work on the things that you felt like we needed to work on. And one of the things we did was really kind of just go back to basics, try to review what we were wanting to do offensively. I think we had some people that were still a little confused on some of our sets and that kind of thing. And I thought we got some good reps as far as that was concerned, and hopefully that'll show up tonight.
How do you feel the development of your bench is coming along?
Good, fair. It needs to get better, and it's a little bit of a slippery slope, I guess you would say, because a lot of the kids just have the one quarter available after they play a JV game, and so then from the coach's perspective, it's kind of sometimes hard to know. All right, is this going to be the time when we burn that kid's quarter, or should we wait, or what's what's the right way to approach that. And we've done some thinking about that. We've done some talking about that. I think maybe have a little bit more solid plan in place from our perspective as coaches. So once that kind of works itself out, I think the bench will develop, at a pretty good clip.
All right, a Bar Reeve team here tonight that's under new direction, sort of, I guess, because Mark Holt, from your days at Forest Park, the job he did, Brett Graber, actually the front man, so to speak. So, but at the same time, too, with their volleyball program having such success and those two not taking over till right before the season started, they're probably at a little bit of a disadvantage.
Well, Mark has done a great job for a number of years, and I know that he had worked with some of the younger kids when they were in junior high. So he and Brett got a little bit of a jump start, I think, as far as that aspect is concerned. And they're going to play solid ball, that, and probably not beat themselves. So we've got to come tonight, ready to play and play hard, and give it our best shot if we expect to compete tonight.
Do you see any matchup problems at all?
Well, that depends. I'm not even sure. I'm very confident about 4 of their kids, and I think we match up fairly well with those 4. It's the 5th starter that I'm not even really sure who it's going to be, and depending on who it is, it might create a little bit of a matchup problem for us. But it shouldn't be a major thing. It shouldn't be something that we can't, adjust to.
Okay. And Coach, as a final thought, will it be interesting to see how the kids come out suffering their first loss of the year last week, to see how they rebound? Right.
That's a good point. And hopefully, like I said, we got a little redirected, a little refocused, and almost approaching this game like game 1, the start of another season.
All right. Hopefully they put it together and get back on the winning track tonight. Coach, thanks for joining us. Go out and get them tonight.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
And this has been the Springs Valley Girls Basketball Report with head coach Marty Niehaus as the Lady Hawks take on Bar Reeve. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Future. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Joined now by the first-year head coach of the Bar Reeve Lady Vikings, Brett Graber. Coach, first of all, thanks for spending time with us here before the ball game. We were talking a little bit earlier today, and I guess the bad news is that you got this team very late with the resignation of the previous coach. You didn't have the normal time, but the good news is you've got a guy back helping you on the bench that has guided this program to many outstanding seasons.
Yeah, we're looking at Mark. He's just a good guy. He and I have been together about 35 years since he started teaching at Bar Reeve, and we've just been coaching together, and it's kind of nice just to get together out here, and we're doing everything together. I'm just doing the talking to the referees, but we're also both doing everything together as far as scouting and getting the team ready.
Now, with the fact that the volleyball team won the state title, very deep run, and even though I think you said you only had perhaps one girl from that team playing, a very key player, however, it kind of affected kind of the practice time and being able to get ready for the beginning of the year.
That's true. Whenever me and Mark just got the job, it was into the season, almost ready to start, and we just took over, and then we make sure we get everything ready to go with Addison coming back. She's our point guard, and just trying to make sure that we put the team out there. It's going to be competitive every night.
Besides Addison, talk a little bit about some of your other personnel and who've been your top performers thus far.
Well, Addison was out last year with a back injury. We got Tracy Stahl played a little bit last year. She's just a sophomore. Mariah Bullock was out a year ago with a back injury too. So last year was her actually first year back, about half of it, and she's just come healthy. Rachel Wilson is our center, and we got We got Mackenzie Schwartz, who's a senior. We got some other freshmen and sophomores that's contributing. We got Hannah Foose as another senior that come back. Hannah Foose and Mackenzie just came back last year after Christmas. So we got a lot of inexperience out there playing. But the kids are playing hard, and that's one thing we ask them to do is have a lot of effort, and the kids have been playing hard and we're having fun.
Do you feel like the transition has been pretty smooth going from the previous coach to you and Mark?
Yeah, Mike did a good job. The thing is that Mark and I is at the school, and we can talk to the girls every day and see how they're feeling, and able to just be with them and just keep them through every day on focus on what we need to get done for that night for the game.
Talk about these first 4 games and how you felt the girls have played.
Well, one thing, our big thing was we wanted to come out with the effort. We went up the first game against Linton. They're very good. And then we played Mitchell and beat them. Played Tecumseh. We came within 5 of them, and they're ranked like in the top 10 in 1A. And then we got Springs Valley tonight, and they're a very good ball club. They've got height and strength, and got some kids that can shoot the ball. I really didn't think we saw the actual team against Mitchell the other night. I think this team is probably one of the better teams in Southern Indiana, to be truthful with you.
How do you feel you match up with Valley then?
It's going to be, well, I really don't know if we match up. They're so talented with their guards and their big center inside. But we're just going to give it a shot and just going to play hard, and it's a learning experience for us. And when you don't get them in the summertime, there's a lot of things we need to work on every game. And one thing is just improving every game so we can get better for the end of the year.
And that is Brett Graber, the first-year head coach of the Bar Reeve Vikings, as I had a chance to talk to him prior to the contest this evening. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups in the contest for Bar Reeve. They are 1-3, still looking for their first win away from home. They'll start at 1 forward, Tracy Stahl. The other forward will be Addison Ainscoe. She's their leading scorer at 13.3 a game. In the middle, Rachel Wilson at 3.3 a contest. And in the backcourt, Mariah Bullock at 6.5 a game, along with Melissa Wagler, who is averaging 4.8 points per contest. For Valley at 4-1 on the year, 1-1 here at the Hawks Nest. It'll be as they have gone for the last 4 contests with Stevie McNew, the senior at 1 forward, averaging 7 a game. The sophomore Shakira Harper, the other forward, at 6.2. In the middle, 6'1 junior Jewel McCormick at nearly 23 points per contest. And in the backcourt, 5'6 junior Ellison Burton at 10.4 a game. And Yesenia Gilmore, a 5'5 sophomore at 1.2 points per contest. Marty Niehaus, in her second year, 17-11. The record here at Valley, 61%. And that first on the perimeter as Ainscoe drives it down on Jewel, scoops it up, missed it, but the rebound by Wilson, no good, but a foul here on Valley. Well, rebounding was a huge problem against Mitchell. Defending the three-point line was a huge problem for Valley against Mitchell, and they can't afford to have those things happen again as Jewel called for the foul, and the first free throw by Wilson crawls over the front of the rim. And suddenly it is a 6-point Bar Reeve lead. They have scored the last 8 after Jewel's rebound basket had briefly put Valley ahead by 2.
Well, and Mike, you see Bar Reeve running a lot of different sets. The Hawks going to have to really tighten up their defense.
Both free throws good. 6 now for Rachel Wilson. And it's 13-6. Good lob inside for Jewel. Missed the shot, but that's because she got hacked on the arm. Stevie with a little dump pass in low. And the foul will go on Rachel Wilson. That'll be her first, the first on Bar Reeve. And Jewel will shoot a pair here at the line.
I tell you, Jewel's doing a great job working inside so far. We're able to get her the basketball again that possession. And even though she comes up a little short on this first free throw, we definitely need her offense here tonight.
Barely drew iron with the first one. Nearing the halfway point of the opening quarter. Second free throw by Jewel. This time is good. So she has all 7 now of Valley's points. And the Lady Hawks trail by 6 as we hit the halfway point of the opening quarter. Out along the perimeter of Stahl. Drives it to the foul line as she drug her pivot foot. Good call there by Kevin Chrisman.
We got lucky because it looked like Bar Reeve had a wide open back cut. Yesenia Gilmore got caught cheating outside, and I think it would have been an easy layup for the Vikings had it happened.
So a chance here for Valley to cut into the lead. Ellison will walk it into the front court, stare into the 2-3, send it left side to Gilmore, back to Ellison at the point. Abby Kendall flashed in, almost got her the ball. Falling down was Jewell on the pass. Here is Ellison down the lane, missed it. Rebound tip long. Abby Kendall saves it in the corner to Yesenia, in low to Jewell. And we're going to get a reach-in foul, and I think Rachel Wilson has just picked up her second foul. She has. So that is good news for the Lady Hawks, as their big 5'10" senior center, who is averaging 3 a game, has doubled that here in the first 4.5 minutes. She will come out, as checking in now is Lindley Sheets, who is a 5'9" sophomore. Here's Ellie in the corner, tip pass. Yesenia tracks it down to the wing, up to Stevie for a 3-point try that is too hard. And the rebound yanked out of there by Ainscoe, who got away with a travel. Tried to hold her pivot foot, but the officials let it go. Ainscoe against Yesenia in the lane, puts it up, and they're going to call, I think, Yaya for the foul here. Nope, they'll put it on Shakira Harford, who's back in there, her first, second on the team, and Ainscoe, their leading scorer at 13 a game, will step up to the free throw line.
Yeah, and you can tell, Mike, she's definitely offense-oriented. She's done a great job of catching the basketball and looking to drive, looking to shoot. First thing, she has the ball. So Hawks going to definitely have to know where she is at all times tonight.
Both free throws good. Here's a team that only shoots 65% at the free throw line, and of course they are 4 for 4. So you just so aggravating to see when teams go above their normal averages. Another bad pass, but Valley gets it back. Ellison drives it to the foul line, dumps it off to Yaya. Back over to Ellison, drives it to the foul line, hooks it in low to Shakira. Another tip pass, and it'll be out of bounds and stay with the Lady Hawks. Here in the opening quarter, 2:47 to go. Comes into Kennedy, can't get the three. Bounce pass to Yesenia. Free throw line to Kendall. Abby backs it out, jumps it off now to Burton. Ellison on the hold, works it left wing now to Yaya. Down low to Abby, whose shot blocked away. And Bar Reeve comes out of there with it. Good recovery by the Lady Vikings, and Abby had her shot rejected. Chance already for a double-figure lead. Here's a long three that would not go. Rebound Ainscoe, back up, no good, but another Spring Valley foul. Shakira just picked up her second. So again, the inability to grab defensive rebounds, and Valley really paying a hefty price here. Second foul now on Shakira. As Ainscoe to the free throw line, good. Make it 5 for 5. Now, she's not a bad free throw shooter on the year at 72%.
Definitely looks to have good form, that's for sure.
Second free throw, that's short, but another offensive rebound. Fortunately, though, Bullock lost it. Valley comes out of there with it, but they're down 9. They need some points in the worst way right now. Here's Yaya on the wing, up top now to Land. Swings it around to Ellison. Three on the way is good! So Ellison finally gets untracked as she bombs a three from the right wing. Valley needed that badly, as Bar Reeve had been on a 12-1 run. 6-point Bar Reeve lead, minute 50 to go opening quarter. High post Sheets, drives it on Jewell, and lost the ball off her foot and out of bounds.
Yeah, you know, I think Coach Niehaus right now bringing Kennedy Land into the ball game. Even though she's a freshman, she's a spark. She gives us some defense, and she's another ball handler. So we're able to get Ellison to the wing a little bit more and maybe get her a few shots as we fall right now down 10-16 on the scoreboard.
Ellison, bounce pass right side to Jewell. Let's swing it over to Yaya. Here's the backdoor alley-oop. The catch by Jewell, no good, but another Bar Reeve foul. Brett Graber saying principle of verticality, but Mark Chrisman says nope. And Ainscoe picks up the foul. That'll be her first. And Jewell at the line hitting 1 out of 2. We'll have another couple here. And perfect rotation, nothing but the bottom of the net on the first one. Stevie back in, Abby Kendall back to the bench. Chance here for Valley to pull to within 4. Late stages, opening quarter. Oh, that's going to be way short. She had a good spin on it, but didn't have enough muscle. So she's 2 for 4 at the line. 3, by the way, by Ellison, Valley's first points other than Jewel. 5-point Bar Reeve lead. Lady Vikings have the basketball. Wagler picks up the dribble at the point. Kennedy defends. Over to Bullock. Looks to drive it on Ellison. Jumps it on the wing now to Wagler. Tough pass to Ainscoe. Drives it down the lane. Throws up the runner. Missed it badly. And Stevie yanks the rebound out of there for the Lady Hawks. Takes it across the timeline. Leaves it now for Burton. Left side pass now to Yaya, who lost the handle. And it's picked up by Bar Reeve. And it comes now to Wagler to Ainscoe, drives it on land. Up top to Sheets, who will launch a three-pointer and air ball that one. Valley will take those all day long.
Yeah, right there, a little out of rhythm. Our coach is saying, hey, not a bad job, but you got to make sure you're in the catch and flow of the game. But right here, the Hawks, 43 seconds to go, down 5. Definitely need to work this possession well and make sure we get the ball inside for a touch from Jewel and see if we can't get a couple buckets here.
See if Valley's content to play for the final shot of the first quarter. They'll also get the ball to start the second. Here's Stevie, baseline drive, spins, jumps it back out to Ellie for a free throw line jumper that is good. Ellison Burton with her 5th point of the contest. Valley scored 6 in a row, so that 9-point lead has been trimmed to 3 here. Bar Reeve has 12 seconds to get off a shot before the end of the quarter. Ainscoe sends it over left side to Wagler. Turns, jumps it off now to Foose. Right side to Ainscoe, back to her way in on Yesenia. 1 second to go, and a shot by Wagler is blocked by Kennedy Land as we come to the end of the first quarter. Valley just made 9. They'll trail by 3 after 1 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard here in French Lick. 16-13 Bar Reeve. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
Been wanting to get a new cell line? Wait no more. For a limited time, pick up a free phone at Smithville's Technology Store with activation of a new line. Get a free Alcatel A30 Plus or LG Exalt phone, or get a $125 rebate on any phone in the store, and that includes iPhones. Don't wait. Get a free phone and access to America's best network. Details are available at our store locations in Bloomington or French Lick. For store location information, visit smithville.tech. That's smithville.tech.
We're offering something new at Springs Valley Meadows, outpatient therapy. Details by calling me, Shaylin Lindsay, Director of Admissions at 936-9991. If you're needing long-term, short-term care, hospice, or respite care for a loved one, Springs Valley Meadows has a compassionate therapist and the latest technologies and programs to fit your needs. Programs to increase mobility to get your loved ones back home as soon as possible. Come visit Springs Valley Meadows, an American senior community facility in French Lick.
This is Springs Valley sophomore forward Yesenia Gilmore. Hear every dribble, pass, and shot of the Lady Blackhawks basketball on the sports voice of the Valley, Q100.
Back we come to Springs Valley High School as they work it in low, and Jewel McCormick able to finish it off, following with a 3-2 zone instead of the 2-3, and that left it open. Jewel with the pass, and Valley just like that, back to within a point as they turn over on the defensive end. Here is Land ahead of the pack, drives in, puts up the shot, had it blocked, got it back, beats it off now to Stevie for a quick 10-footer off the glass and in. And the Lady Hawks on a roll right now. 10 unanswered points, and they are back in front by 1. Now it's 17-16. Stevie with her first bucket of the contest. Here's a drive by Wagler down the lane, banks it off the window and in. Melissa Bullock, her average. This team only averages 38 points per contest.
Ooh, nice center pass by Ellison.
Yep, off to Jewel, who gets 2 more. As Jewel got Bar Reeve inside, and we're going to get a timeout called here by, or take a 30-second timeout.
He, I think, has seen enough from Jewel McCormick. He's bringing Rachel Wilson back into the ballgame with 2 fouls.
And Valley will take that and hopefully can get a third one on here. 19-18. We've already had 5 lead changes here in this contest.
I tell you, a girl that's not scored for us but has done a great job so far this ball game is Yesenia Gilmore. She's done a great job of playing good deny defense on Ainscough and She comes in as their leading scorer, and so Yesenia draws the matchup with her, and she's done a great job for the Hawks.
Neither team exactly lighting it up thus far. Valley just 29%, 4 of 17 in the opening quarter. Bar Reeve only slightly better, 5 of 14 of 35%. But boy, they had that flurry there where they hit about 5 out of 6 shots.
Here we see this handoff play. We'll see if we can. Much better job there by the Hawks defensively.
Go to Wagler. Nice slant drive all the way to the goal, and she lays it up and in for her 8th point of the contest as Valley allowing Bar Reeve some easy looks at the basket.
I'll tell you, Bar Reeve in this 3-2 zone, Stevie down on that baseline. If we can get the ball that deep, we might be in good luck.
As Kennedy lost it, got it back, tries to go down low. A lot of deflections here by Bar Reeve. And another one here, and then Valley lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely a forced pass, trying to get it inside to Jewel.
Yeah.
And we see Wilson back into the ball game. She's a much more physical player, which means Jewel's going to have to work a little bit harder. And that pass was a little behind her by Stevie.
Wagler, Bullock, Wilson, Foose, and Ainsko in there. As Ainsko drives through the lane, leaves it in, and another foul, and I think Jewel just picked up her second.
Yeah, right there. Get caught with the backdoor cut, something that Bar Reeve likes to do. They like to do a lot of handoffs, a lot of backdoor cuts, and if you get caught standing or not able to get under the screen, it's going to be a long night.
So decision time here for Marty Niehaus as Jewel has picked up her second. Free throw by Ainsko is good, and boy, they are hitting their foul shots at an alarming rate. 6 out of 7 now for, again, a team that's only 65% on the year. Good again.
And Coach Niehaus going to keep Jewel on the floor. I don't think a bad decision with down 36 minutes to go in the second quarter. She's a pretty smart player, but she's got to make sure she doesn't block any shots right now.
Yeah, double team. Again, another bad pass. Valley continues to telegraph those passes. They are not using bounce passes, and Bar Reeve really making them pay dearly. So again, kind of seeing the same patterns that we saw in the Mitchell game, getting down, coming back, but then losing the lead again. Wilson drives it on Jewel, puts it up too hard.
Good rebound
and Stevie the rebound. Runs it the other way, throws it ahead to Jewel, and that's intercepted. So again, bad decisions being made by the Lady Hawks, and here is Foose all the way to the goal, missed it. Rebound tip long, grabbed by Kennedy Land. Land 1-on-2, tries to go down low to Jewel, and again, no way that's going to work because Bar Reeve had it covered, and they're able to knock the pass out of bounds.
Now, the Hawks have retained possession here. Kennedy, obviously a freshman coming in. It's a faster-paced game. Thought Jewel was open, not quite, but we'll see if we can get something worked out of bounds here.
Jewel gets it into Land at the point. Kennedy swings it around now to Ellison. Ellie drives down the lane. The little runner is a beauty. Ellison Burton getting a step on her defender, taking it into the paint. Pops home her 7th point of the contest. Valley within a point again on the Sullivan board at 22-21 with 5 minutes to go, first half. Bullock works it around now to Foose, takes one dribble, and she traveled with the basketball.
Yeah, good deflection there by Stevie, stuck with her. Okay, the Hawks right now, if we can get some shots in Ellison's hands and Jewel's hands, Stevie getting some baseline drives. Bar Reeve's hot right now. Hopefully they'll cool off and we can continue to make our scoring run as we have.
Again, Bar Reeve staying back in that zone. Down to the corner, Stevie launches a three off the back of the rim. Good block out by Wagler. Here comes Bar Reeve, leading by 1. Here's a long three-pointer that is good. Mariah Bullock with a three-pointer. She has got 11. Unbelievable shooting for Bar Reeve right now. And we're seeing some, again, aberrations to their scoring averages. Mariah Bullock averages 6.5 a game. She's got 11. And Rachel Wilson averaging 3 a game. She has got 6. So some players that are not normally into the scoring. And see, we're not even to the halfway point of the second quarter. Bar Reeve only averages 38 points, and they're already to 25. They're on pace to get to 38 by halftime. So, again, Valley's defense has left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, you know, a lot of backdoor cuts, a lot of opportunities where we haven't gotten under those screens and got a hand on the shooters. But Coach Niehaus is going to continue with that man-to-man, see if we can't force some turnovers. I know Bar Eve with 4 turnovers for the game, but Springs Valley with 6, so we've got to do a better job taking care of the ball.
25-21. Bar Eve up by 4. Land down to the corner, goes to Stevie, draws the double team, drives it out to the wing, lobs it in low to Jewel, who lays it up and in beautifully.
Okay, Stevie, a little drive to the basket, a little lob over top to Jewel. Jewel gets good position and able to put that ball in for the Hawks.
Ainscoe, free throw line to Wilson for a 15-footer off the back of the rim. Oh, got her own rebound and put it up and in. Another second chance opportunity. Although in Stevie's defense, there's a travel by Kennedy Land.
Got a little bit of a hurry.
So again, Bar Reeve just playing lights out right now. But their lead is only 4.
Yeah, we see Jewel McCormick go to the bench, and that's Bar Reeve's cue to get Wilson to the bench. Each player with 2 fouls, and they want to make sure that they don't counter each other in the second half.
Right. We'll see if they elect to keep them out. We're 3:40 to go here before halftime. But Bar Reeve just lighting it up here on the Lady Hawks. Here is Wagler, sends it around to Ainscoe off the screen down the lane. Oh, lost it off her knee and out of bounds. Somebody got a hand on that. I don't know if it was Yaya or maybe Ellie, but that one worked out. But again, Valley's leaving that lane wide open for drives.
Yeah, that screen on that wing causing the Hawks a lot of trouble as it's opening the lane up for Ainscoe.
Here's Ellison, stops, pops, and cannot get it to go. Kira Warren is checked into the game now for the first time, a 5'4" sophomore. And that's a double dribble. No, they're going to call a palm here on Wagler. She looked like she wanted to pass and tried to pull up and got her hand underneath the ball. So a Bar Reeve violation. Valley will take that. So they can get to the half here, Kelly, without too much damage. Hopefully they'll be all right for the second half.
Yeah, we sure hope so. We need to get a few shots from Ellison Burton. She's out on the top. We need to get her to a little bit more of a wing.
Kennedy drives in, leaves a shot short, and the rebound yanked out of there by Tracy Stahl. 4-point Bar Reeve lead, 2:45 to go before halftime. Ainscoe out along the perimeter, sent it on the right wing to Wagler. That's going to be an off-target 3. Rebound, Kira took it away from her own teammate. Here's Ellie running the floor. Nice crossover move down the lane, runs right over Melissa Wagler, and they're going to get Wagler on the foul.
Yeah,
good determination there by Ellison.
Yeah, a little stutter step, crossover dribble, and you could tell from the second she crossed half court she wasn't going to give that ball up. She was going to go all the way, and Bar Eve unable to stop that dribble drive.
Ellison's first free throw is on target. She has her 8th point of the contest. A chance for Valley to pull to within 2 here with 2.5 to go. And second one perfect as well. So Ellison now has got 9. Jewel's got 14, but the only other basket, a field goal by Stevie McNews. So Valley trying to get some others involved in the scoring here. Out top, Stahl picks up the dribble out along the perimeter, being hawked by McNew. Works it over now to Bullock. Kicks it over to Sheets, who's back in there now. On the left side, slides off the screen. Out between the circles now is Stahl. Works it around to Bullock. Back over to Ainscoe, who drives down the lane, throws up the runner and missed it. Kennedy land the rebound. Now Valley with 2 minutes to go in the half, a chance to tie or take the lead here with a triple. Here's Ellison. In low to Stevie. Drives in, stops, puts it up, missed it. Rebound, Yaya, back up good.
Nice.
Good job by Yaya to stay with it there on the weak side. She's got her first basket, and Valley's pulled back even again at 27 now with 1:40 to go before halftime. Here is Wagler just holding the ball between the circles. High post to Stahl. Looks, hands off to Ainscoe down the lane, and we're going to get a foul here on the Lady Hawks. As again, Valley should know exactly what Bar Reeve is running, and they can't get anybody over to stop that penetration. That foul will go on Kira Warren, her first. Just the 15th foul, so no free throws here, and Bar Reeve will play it in. Ainscoe, left corner. On the dribble, takes it out to the wing, goes down to the corner now to Bullock. Works in low, Ainscoe posts up on Jewel, missed the shot, and Jewel able to come away with a rebound. Ooh, Kevin Christman started to go up to call a foul, and then he immediately brought his arm back down. I think Bar Reeve saw that. I don't know what they were hoping for. Could have been a foul there on Bar Reeve. In low, a bad pass by Yaya, got it back as it deflected back to her, trying to go in low to Jewel. Under a minute to go, first half. Valley with the possession here, a chance to regain the lead. Kennedy Lamb on the right wing, back out to Ellison on the hold. Left side pass comes off to Stevie, goes back to Ellison again. Back to Stevie, she'll line up a three, it would not go. And the rebound pulled out of there by Ainscoe. Runs it back the other way, lost the handle, got it back. Almost a steal, picked up by Wagler. She drives it into the lane. Kicks it off now to Ainscoe, who'll launch a three. It's too hard. And the rebound grabbed here by Stahl, and Kennedy Land got in and tied her up. But the Arrow will keep it with Bar Reeve.
Yeah, right here, Hawk's going to try to get Jewel off the floor. She's got two fouls with 21 seconds to go. Definitely don't want to risk her picking up a third. Tell you, Kennedy Land's coming in the game, grabbed 3 rebounds right there, got a tie up.
Right.
Smallest girl on the floor, but it's playing really big here for the Hawks.
Ball comes into Stahl with 20 seconds to go. Let's see if Bar Reeve will play for the final shot of the half. Tied here at 27. It's been a seesaw game. 3 ties and 6 lead changes. Here's Ainscoe with 10 out along the perimeter. High post to Bullock. Off now to Wagler, who lines up a 3. It is short. Rebound to Ellison with 1, and she won't get a shot off. Well, actually, she did from about 55 feet, but well short. So right where we began, all knotted up here between Springs Valley and Bar Reeve here at the Hawks Nest in French Lick. These two longtime rivals, the 19th meeting since the beginning of the new millennium. And we are deadlocked here at 27. Springs Valley and Bar Reeve on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard here at the break. We'll start our halftime activities when we come back. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Tired of having to drive all over the place just to find a restaurant that offers quality food at affordable prices that's also kid-friendly? Surprise! There's one right in your own backyard. Legends Family Restaurant in French Lick has a variety of menu items designed to satisfy even the most discriminating appetite, including the best wings around, all at prices that won't wreck the budget. And Legends has a kids menu that'll have the little ones wanting to come back for more. They even have a large party room to help you pull off that special event for anywhere from 2 to 200 hungry people. For reservations, just call 936-6338. Legends Family Restaurant across from the Fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
I'm Christian Bloom, Dean of the Vincent University Jasper campus. We work closely with industry to ensure our programs are relevant and lead to high-paying jobs locally. I'm also proud of our seamless transferability, saving you thousands on credits that transfer to both private and public institutions. Job promotion, career change, or just want to save money while completing gen eds. VUJ just makes sense. Get your start today with a focused, quality education at Vincent University Jasper.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
This is Jamie Schinnebarger, President and CEO of Springs Valley Bank and Trust. As another exciting year draws to a close, we express gratitude to our customers and our communities. Thank you for placing your confidence and trust in us and allowing Springs Valley to be your community bank. Looking ahead to 2019, Springs Valley continues to expand our products and services, which are designed to help our neighbors realize their financial dreams, grow local businesses, and support our communities. On behalf of everyone at Springs Valley, best wishes this holiday season. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Before we start our halftime activities from the Hawks Nest in French Lick, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Blackhawk and IU basketball, a winning shot every time. Hear them here on WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kelly Schmidt back at Springs Valley High School, where Lady Hawks and the Lady Vikings deadlocked at 27 through the first 16 minutes. It's kind of been a game of runs so far. Kelly Bar Reeve had a 9-point burst to turn a 2-point deficit into a 7-point lead, but then Valley down by 9, then went on a 10-0 tear and took the lead momentarily, and it's kind of seesawed back and forth, and Valley able to manage to tie it here. So a lot of ups and downs here through the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, well, credit both teams, like you said, Mike. That this is a game where we played 2 quarters of basketball with many lead changes, and the Hawks have done a pretty solid job of, when they face themselves down on the scoreboard, responding with some defense that was able to force some turnovers, and definitely been an asset to get Jewel McCormick the basketball as she's come up big for the Hawks again here tonight. Ellison Burton, some nice shooting on the perimeter. Yesenia Gilmore with some great defense. Picks herself an offensive rebound there at the end and puts a couple points on the board. So pretty all-around good team effort so far for the Hawks.
Well, let's take a look at the scoring through the first 16 minutes of action. For Bar Reeve, leading the way is Mariah Bullock. She has virtually doubled her average of 6.5 a game. She's got 11, including 1 3-pointer among her 5 baskets. Right behind her is Rachel Wilson, who has 8, 3 field goals, and a pair of foul shots. Addison Ainscoe did not hit a field goal, but she was 5 out of 6 at the free throw line, and the only other points coming on a 3-point basket by Tracy Stahl. Melissa Wackler started, has not scored. Hannah Foos and Lindley Sheets played off the bench. They also did not tally. Rachel Wilson picked up 2 first-half fouls. Nobody else had more than 1. Bar Reeve only whistled for 4 in the first half. Valley only called for 5, 2 each on Shakira Harford and Jewel McCormick. But it is Jewel leading the way with 14, 6 field goals and 2 out of 4 at the free throw line. Ellison Burton has 9, 1 of her 3 baskets, a triple, and she canned a pair of free throws, and then 2 each on second quarter baskets by both Stevie McNew and Yesenia Gilmore. Shakira Harford started, did not score, and Marty Niehaus has used Kennedy Land, Abby Kendall, and Kiera Warren off the bench. Bar Reeve led 16-13 after 1, but Valley gets the better of the Lady Vikings in the second quarter, out-tallying them 14-11, hence our 3rd tie here in this first half of play to go along with 6 lead changes. Deadlocked at 27 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. We'll take a quick break and look at the first half statistics when we return. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
This holiday season, bring home a special tech gift for your kids or grandkids. Check out the special Kids at Heart promotion at the Technology Powered by Smithfield store. Great affordable gifts to entertain and teach kids about technology are now available, on sale. So take the halls with robot building and invention kits, a home karaoke microphone, and a popular Jamoji Bluetooth speaker. All on sale now. For store location information, visit smithfield.tech. That's smithfield.tech.
When someone in your family needs rehab or nursing care, be sure to visit Springs Valley Meadows in French Lick. There's a reason why Springs Valley Meadows has been given a 5-star rating, and we'd like to show you why. This is Shaylin Lindsay, Director of Admissions, with an invitation to visit Springs Valley Meadows on Highway 145 and see our large rehab facility where we put your loved one on the road to recovery. Whether it's rehab, respite care, skilled nursing care, or long-term care, we can help at Springs Valley Meadows, where caring people make the difference. 936-9991.
.27 apiece between Springs Valley and Bar Reeve here at the break. We're at Springs Valley High School in French Lick. Glad to have you along as Valley searching for their 5th victory of the season, and hoping not only to erase a bitter loss to Mitchell last Tuesday night, but they remember the game down in Montgomery last year. That was a 31-29 loss, which every player felt like the team should have won that contest. Kelly, how did the first half statistics turn out?
Yeah, we'll take a look first for the Springs Valley Blackhawks as they go 11 of 28 from the field, just 39%. From two-point range, 10 of 21, 48%. Many of those coming inside from Jewel McCormick. She's doing a fine job for the Hawks tonight. From the three-point range, just 1 of 7, 14%. The Hawks have able to get to the free throw line 6 times, convert on 4 of those for 67%. Total rebounds for the Hawks, 17, 6 of those coming on the offensive end, 11 defensive rebounds, and 7 turnovers for the Hawks. So something Coach Niehaus, I'm sure, talked to her kids about, is cleaning that column up. For the Bar Eve Vikings, they shoot 9 of 28 from the field, 32%. 5 of 19 from two-point range, just 26%. But the key stat for them this half, 4 of 9 from three-point range, 44%. From the free throw line, they get there 8 times, able to convert on 7 of those for 88%. Total rebounds for the Vikings, 11. 4 coming on the offensive end, 7 defensive, and just 5 turnovers so far for the Vikings.
All right, we'll see what the Hawks can do here in this second half of play. Deadlocked at 27. We'll have the third quarter when we come back. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Tired of having to drive all over the place just to find a restaurant that offers quality food at affordable prices that's also kid-friendly? Surprise! There's one right in your own backyard. Legends Family Restaurant in French Lick has a variety of menu items designed to satisfy even the most discriminating appetite, including the best wings around, all at prices that won't wreck the budget. And Legends has a kids menu that'll have the little ones wanting to come back for more. They even have a large party room to help you pull off that special event for anywhere from 2 to 200 hungry people. For reservations, just call 936-6338. Legends Family Restaurant across from the Fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
This is Springs Valley senior shooting guard Stevie McNew. Now back to more Lady Blackhawks basketball with Mike Hamilton on Q100.
Ready to commence with the third quarter. Lady Hawks now will move left to right there in white. Bar Reeve is in black. Valley going with their original starting lineup. Allison Burton, Stevie McNew, Shakira Harper, Yesenia Gilmore, and Jewel McCormick. Bar Reeve also staying in their zone as Allison has it along the perimeter. Left side to Yesenia, in low to Shakira for a jump hook in the lane of beauty. Wow.
I'm not sure if she knew if she was going to shoot that or pass it, but a little hook shot.
That would have made Shaquille O'Neal envious. And Valley in front by 2, our 7th lead change of the contest. And Valley they work it in low to Rachel Wilson posting up, and she's able to get a short jumper to go in. So again, the team's trade baskets to start the quarter is down low. It is Jewel finishing off as the Lady Hawks waste no time in getting the ball down in transition. And Jewel with her 16th point. Another turnover. Allison Burton comes out of there with it. Runs it back the other way. Down the lane. Scoops it up too hard. Rebounded. Jewel back up and good. Jewel McCormick the rebound. I don't know why Bar Reeve was thinking that should have been an over-the-back foul. Jewel just simply timed her jump better and went over the top and grabbed it cleanly and laid it up and in. Valley up by 4 now, their biggest lead of the contest. Here is Stahl for 3. Bricked it badly, and Yesenia comes out of there with it now for Springs Valley. Minute and a half in. Valley on a 6-2 run to start the period, and hoping to add here to their 4-point lead. 3-2 zone, left side pass to Yaya. Up now to Stevie, up fakes to 3. Allison thinking about it, now will take it, and it just rolled around and dropped out of there. Oh, it was close.
Yeah, good shot there by Allison. Maybe a little too much hesitation. We'd like to just see her pull that trigger, but so far the Hawks looking strong here at the start of this third quarter.
On the high post, Stahl, hands off to Ainscoe, drives it to the foul line, pulls up for a 15-footer, and swishes her first field goal of the contest.
Well, right there you can see Marty Niehaus making a little bit of adjustment on that handoff. Had Yesenia Gilmore go underneath and meet her on the other side, but good job there by Ainscoe to pull up for that jumper.
Beautiful feed again. Allison Burton threading the needle in low to Jewel, who finishes off another one. 18 in the contest, and another timeout called by Bar Reeve. Brett Graber not happy with his team's defense, as Ellison with a perfect pass in low to Jewel, and Valley back up by 4 with 5:39 to go here in the third quarter on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard.
Yeah, and right there, Jewel, just aware of where the basketball is. Ellison makes a nice entry pass, but right now you can see Bar Reeves coaches on the sidelines really stressing their kids. You've got to have your hands up. You can't run with them down, especially against the Hawks transition right now.
Don't forget, Valley back in action Thursday. We will be down in Du Bois as the Lady Hawks and Lady Jeep compete.
Jeep's off to a little bit of a slow start this season. I'm not sure they were winless the last time I looked, but we know that's a very tough place to play, so the Hawks are going to have to come out ready to go that night.
As we know, Andy Chin, a good coach, he'll have those girls playing well by the end of the season, certainly. Bar Reeve with the ball, trailing by 4. Stahl. We work the weave along the perimeter. Off now to Wagler. Drives it to the foul line. Back to Stahl. Oh, she traveled with the basketball. Missed the jumper, fortunately, and Yaya out of there with it. 5:10 to go here, third quarter. Valley trying to build on a 4-point lead. Stevie, baseline to Yaya. Back to Stevie on the wing. 15-footer would not go. And the rebound battle for, and Shakira has it underneath the Jewel for the easy layup.
Great rebound.
Good hustle.
Shakira.
20 now for Jewel. Valley with their biggest lead of 6 now, 37-31. On the left side, Ainscoe. Looking inside, trying to post up Wilson. Instead, they go out top to Wagler. Drives it to the right wing. Maintains the dribble. Back to the point. In low to Wilson. Turns. Puts up the jumper and got it. Man, oh, man.
Jewel backing off a little bit. 2 fouls. Doesn't want to pick up that third one, but probably need to be just a little bit closer to Wilson as she had a wide open jump shot.
Here's Yesenia, almost a steal. Ellie's got it. Tries to go in low. It's tipped. Picked up by Yaya. 10-footer around wouldn't go, and Jewel may have gotten away with her third foul there. It was a good block out by Wagler. And
yeah, a little bit of a little bit of a root out there, but yeah, we're going to get a warning. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
one of the things they changed a couple of years ago is that they can the bench, the officials have the option of calling a technical or issuing a warning to the bench. Another warning results in an automatic technical foul. Here's Wagler, works it around now to Ainscoe. Off the screen, Yaya picks her up. Over on the wing to Wilson, drives it in on Jewel, and Jewel got a piece of that one. Here comes Stevie back the other way now for the Lady Hawks. Stevie on the wing, clears it away now to Burton, lobs it in low to Jewel, backs her way in, off the glass for 2 more.
I'll tell you, that little turnaround jumper that she has, she gets her arms square, and anytime she's able to go up with that inside one-on-one, it's almost money. It's going to go in.
8-point third quarter for Jewel, 22 in the game, almost to her average. Back to a 6-point Valley lead. Wagler down to the corner, goes to Stahl. Drives it into the lane, jumps it off now to Ainscoe. Turns, throws up the little runner, too hard. Rebound battle for, and Jewel comes out of there with it. Hooks it a pass ahead now to Stevie. She'll wait for traffic to clear, and Valley will set it up. 3:15 to go in the quarter. Valley with a 6-point lead. 2-3 zone now by Bar Reeve. They've switched back and forth. Almost a bad pass by Ellie. Now they're going to call Yaya for the travel.
Yeah, Ellison from one side of the floor to the other with that pass, and definitely something that's not going to work here against this Bar Reeve defense. But Hawks really doing a great job tightening up their man-to-man this quarter, not giving Bar Reeve that many wide-open shots, and it's definitely paid off on the scoreboard.
6-point Valley lead. Shakir Harford out. Abby Kendall back in. As Angel blows down the lane. Blocked away again by Jewel. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Allison. 2-on-1 with Jewel. Skip pass off to Jewel for the layup. Oh, perfect execution. As Valley got the run out with the steal. 24 now for Jewel, and it's an 8-point Valley lead. Stahl out between the circles. 2:35 to go here in the third quarter. Yaya and Ainscoe really having a battle on the offensive end. Here's Wilson, drives it on Jewel, puts up the shot, and Jewel got a piece of it, and Abby Kendall comes out of there with it. Valley really challenging the shots by Bar Reeve right now.
Yeah, good solid defense right here. We'll see if we get Shakira back into the ball game and give somebody a break. Probably Jewel.
Oh, and Ellison charging down the lane, throwing up the runner, and Brett Graber said travel. Mark Chrisman just staring down Brett Graber, who's giving the traveling signal, and again another warning over there from Mark Chrisman. So the foul call went on Mariah Bullock. That is her first, and Ellison at the free throw line now to shoot 2, and the first of which is up and good. She's got her 12th point of the contest.
And right here is where the Hawks build that 9-point lead. We'll see if they're able to maintain that lead. I'm guessing Bar Reeve will come out with some types of pressing in the fourth quarter, so we'll see how they handle this.
Ellison hits them both. He's got 13 in the game, and Valley suddenly with a 10-point lead now. With 2:07 to go here in the third as Ainscoe down the lane throws up the runner off the glass and got it. 9th point now for Addison Ainscoe, 43-35. Stevie, baseline right, looking in low to Shakira. They've got Jewel on the bench, resting here. See if Valley can finish this third quarter strong. Stevie flashes out of the right wing. Now Shakira has it top of the key. Works it around to Yaya, over to Abby Kendall. Abby bounces away to Stevie, who drives it down the lane, puts up the floater too hard, got her own had it knocked away. Yaya off to Shakira. She drives in. She lost the handle, scrambles for the loose ball, and Bar Reeve comes out of there with it. Here comes Bullock, drives in, Valley running again. Ellison all the way down the lane, throws up the runner, no good, and at the last second, Ellison did a nice job of veering to her right to avoid the chest-to-chest contact and drew the foul here on, I believe, Tracy Stahl called for the foul. That'll be her first.
Well, and Ellison, good job of recognition right here that she had a lane to the bucket and going to go strong to get herself some free throws. A little short on that one. But with Jewel on the bench, we need some offense, and she's put the weight on her shoulders to step up and make that happen for the Hawks.
Kennedy Land back in now for the Lady Hawks. Yaya out. Now the two Chrismans are talking here in the lane, and let's see what we've got. Now they're going to involve Todd Anderson, the third official here, and all right, I think they're going to call a lane violation here on Bar Reeve, so Ellison will get a reprieve and a chance to shoot 2 more. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that'll help out for sure. They're trying to explain it right now to Wilson. I'm not sure who exactly was in the lane for Bar Reeve, but anyways, Ellison step back to the line, 2 shots.
Let's see if she can take advantage. Sure does. It's the first one.
Right now, 1:16 left. Marty Niehaus really begging with her kids. You've got to rebound. We saw Bar Reeve make some runs in that first half off of some offensive boards. Got to make sure that doesn't happen as we close out this quarter.
And Ellison drops them in. She's 6 for 6 now at the line. She's got 15 points in the game, and again, it's a 10-point Valley lead with 1:10 to go, third quarter. Off the screen, Ainscoe takes Land in, misses the shot, but she does draw the foul, and Shakira may have picked up her third personal foul.
Yeah, right there, Shakira trying to slide over, a little bit too late, but definitely need some help side defense. Bar Reeve just taking that ball down the lane, and no one's right there to step over and help.
Ainscoe 5 of 6 at the free throw line, 72% on the year, and that one is perfect. So she continues to knock down foul shots. Sheets back in for Bar Reeve, so is Hannah Foos. Also Shakira out, and Jewel back in the ball game. 1:07 to go, third quarter. Chance here for Bar Reeve to cut their deficit to 8, and wow, Ainscoe does. 7 out of 8 at the free throw line now.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to foul her down the stretch.
She has got 11 to lead Bar Reeve. Rachel Wilson has 10. Actually, Mariah Bullock has 11. Three-headed monster for Bar Reeve right now. Stevie to Jewel, to Abby, over to Kennedy Land, left side, being Hawk, picks up the dribble, jumps it off now to Stevie, clears it away to Ellison. 45 seconds to go. Over to Jewel now, right side. Ball above the head. Now Land flashes out along the perimeter, off to Abby, in low to Jewel, and a bad pass. Again, Valley trying to force passes, and they're just not working. Now, with half minute to go, let's see if Bar Reeve, they can have back-to-back possessions here. If they play for the last shot, they'll also get the ball to start the fourth quarter. Out front, here is Ainscoe just holding, waiting for time to run off. Down to 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Ainscoe just dribbling between the circles. Kennedy Land defending off the screen. Moves it off now to Bullock. Drives it to the foul line. Leans in, and that shot rejected by Jewell and out of bounds with 3 seconds to go. And I thought Bullock got away with a travel there.
Yeah, it definitely looked like she drug her foot. Wasn't sure if she was going to shoot, and then all of a sudden Jewell McCormick's arms are in the way. So
let's see if Valley can defend here. Bar Reeve will play baseline left of the basket. 3 seconds to go in the quarter. And they're trying to post up Ainscoe. She flashes out to the baseline. Now fall-away jumper is an air ball as we end the third quarter. Great period for the Lady Hawks as they go from a tie at halftime into an 8-point lead to the fourth quarter on the Sullivan Financial Board. We're back with the fourth quarter in a moment with Springs Valley girls basketball.
I'm Christian Bloom, Dean of the Vincent University Jasper campus. We work closely with industry to ensure our programs are relevant and lead to high-paying jobs locally. I'm also proud of our seamless transferability, saving you thousands on credits that transfer to both private and public institutions. Job promotion, career change, or just want to save money while completing gen eds. VUJ just makes sense. Get your start today with a focused, quality education at Vincent University Jasper.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
This is Springs Valley senior forward Abby Kendall, and you're listening to Lady Hawk Basketball on Q100.
Campbellton at the Hawks Nest in French Lick. The Valley gets a turnover. They've got a 3-0. Abby hands off to Stevie McNew, who created the steal and lays it up and in for a fourth point. And again, the Lady Hawks, night and day defensively here. Their first half of rather shoddy, gave up 27 points in the first two quarters. They've given up just 10 here through 3+ quarters. Ainscoe in the lane, blocked away, picked up by Stevie. Valley running again. Stevie up the left side, slows it down, backs it out, and clears it away now to Ellison. A chance for Valley to take their biggest lead. They have led, or the 10-point lead matches their biggest. Jewell flashes out of the wing, moves it around now to Kendall. Baseline to McNew. Stevie on the hold, looks, starts the dribble against Foos, falls down and loses the handle, picked up by Bar Reeve. Here is Bullock into the front court. Nobody picks her up. Now Ellison comes out to defend. Over comes to Ainscoe. Now top of the key here to Wagler, wide open for three. It is short, and Valley just let the ball hit the ground. Finally, Kennedy Land runs it down. Land, Burton, Kendall, McNew, and McCormick out on the court now for the Lady Hawks. Kennedy left wing, ball above the head. Looks, jumps it off now to Kendall. Abby out between the circles, sends it around to Jewell, who flashes out high. Baseline to McNew. Stevie drives the baseline. Oh, and they're going to call it for an offensive foul.
Yeah, right now Coach Niehaus is begging with their kids to be patient. We're running that flex offense, trying to get something to happen, but we're not, and we decided to go with the basketball. So.
They've got the 10-point lead, so they don't need to be in any sort of a hurry right now.
Yeah, and right now Yesenia Gilmore are going to come back into the game for Kennedy Land. Kennedy gave her some great minutes there. We'll see if Yesenia can come back in and finish up the job on Ainscoe.
She drives it into the lane, kicks it back out now to Stahl, drives it to the foul line off to Rachel Wilson for a 15-footer that spins out. And Stevie able to corral the rebound now for the Lady Hawks. They lead by 10. 2 minutes gone, and Stevie had her pocket picked from behind by Hannah Foos. Leading a 3-on-2 charge. Foos takes it all the way in. And nice job by Ellison Burton to get a piece of that. And then the Lady Hawks could not hang on to the ball before it went out of bounds. Now Stevie will come out and get a break. I think she needs a breather right now.
Yeah, it looks like she can't hardly breathe. So we're going to get Kennedy back in there and see if she can play a little more defense.
Ball comes in now to Wagler in low to Foos. Turns on Jewel. And the ball...
Yeah, great job there by Jewel. 2 hands
left
straight
it short.
up.
I don't think she got a piece of it, but you're right. The principle of verticality kept her hand straight up so as not to foul, and really forced a bad shot, and then I think Wilson lost it out of bounds. So
we're going to see Bar Reeve have to go to man-to-man defense. We'll see if the Hawks can run that flex offense, get the ball inside, and have the opportunity to get some easy shots.
Here's Ellison. Good crossover move. Tries to go down low, and it's tipped away by Bar Reeve, so it'll stay with the Lady Hawks.
Right there, a little miscommunication on offense, but Hawks retain possession out of bounds, 5:34 to go.
That's what Ellison likes to do, penetrate, draw the defense out to her, and more often than not, that leaves Jewel wide open. Oh, she catches it off the inbound pass, off a beautiful screen, gets the feed from Yaya and lays it up and in. 26 now for Jewel and Valley, the first 4 points of the fourth quarter. Their lead, their biggest now, of 12 with 5:20 to go. Wilson in load now to Foos. Little jump hook. No good. Rebound to Wilson. No, it's taken away by Yaya. Good job by Yesenia there to take that one away from Ainscoe.
If you're Marty Niehaus, you got to be impressed with Yaya's defense and her rebounding so far here tonight.
Here's Ellison on the dribble out front. Little crossover move down the lane for the little floater. Missed that one badly. Ball tipped around, and we're going to have a held ball, and this one will stay with the Lady Hawks. So Lady Hawks not as potent offensively right now, Kelly, but right now they're winning it on the defensive end.
Yeah, and you see the Vikings come out in that 3-2 zone for much of this game, and now having to switch to man-to-man. Hawks a little unsure what to do, but great inbounds pass there by Ellison.
Oh, again, underneath the basket on the right side. And Jewel, the recipient once again. She's got 28, and the Lady Hawks are rolling, and Brett Graber needs timeout. 4:42 remaining in this one on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Lady Hawks with their biggest lead of the game at 51-37. Back with more Spring Valley girls basketball right after this.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services, delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is Springs Valley Sophomore Center Shakira Harford. Your power station for Blackhawk sports is Q100 of WFLQ.
Back again here at the Hawks desk. Valley here in the second half has outscored Bar Reeve 24-10. Keep in mind, Valley gave up 27 points to the Lady Vikings in the first 16 minutes. And here in just over 11 minutes have kept Bar Reeve to just 10 points, and they really bottled up Addison Ainscoe. She drives it, cut off along the lane, takes it to the baseline, now back to her way in on Yesenia, scoops it up, blocked away again, as again, Jewel got a piece of that one, and she comes away with it as well. So, tell you what, night and day difference defensively for this Lady Hawk team.
Yeah, we definitely see the man-to-man turn up after that halftime speech by Coach Niehaus.
Addison in low to Jewel for the catch. This time she left it short.
Good job by Shakira to get in there and tie that ball up.
Tied up Rachel Wilson. It'll go to Bar Reeve, but
you never know. Later in the game, we might need that possession. So a great job there by Shakira to get in there.
Absolutely. Bar Reeve, we are 5 seconds from the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Bar Reeve still looking for the first points of this final quarter. Ainscoe right wing, baseline it comes now to Wagler. On the dribble, bounces away to Bullock, out between the circles. Looking to try to punch it inside. They're trying to post up Wilson. Now they go into her, backs her way in on Jewel, and Jewel got a piece of that one again. That's got to be at least a half a dozen blocks for Jewel. And Valley again makes another defensive stop. They still lead by 14 with 3.5 to go. There's a bad pass. Actually, it was a bullet pass that Yesenia just could not hang on to.
Ellison not happy with herself, but I think her dad on the bench is even more discouraged, telling her she's got to get to one side of the floor before you can make that pass. You can't pass from the middle of the basketball floor.
Here is Wagler, works it off to Ainscoe off the screen. Tell you what, Valley's help side defense has been terrific here in the second half, and not letting Ainscoe get a lot of good looks. Driving in and forcing up a tough shot was Mariah Bullock, which she missed, and Valley comes away with it.
Yeah, so Coach Niehaus saying, Ellison Burton, walk that ball up. We want to run a little bit of clock and see what we can do.
3 minutes left, and we're going to get a timeout called here now by Marty Niehaus. It'll be a full timeout. It comes with 2:58 left in this one. Lady Hawks leading by 14 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, 51-37. We'll be back with more Springs Valley girls basketball. So we pause for these words.
Smithville Internet and their related services are designed to make your life easier and better. Want to stream a movie or play an exciting online game or listen to music from your favorite decade? They're delivered every day by Smithville over the best service available. When it comes to communications and connectivity, Smithville has earned a claim that has held constant for nearly 100 years. Thanks for letting us serve you. Smithville, the power behind life's moments.
This is Springs Valley Junior Center Joel McCormick. Thanks for listening to Lady Blackhawks basketball right here on Q100.
Well, indeed, Jewel McCormick giving her dad a very happy birthday present. Jewel, 28 points in the contest, and what, about 7 rebounds, maybe 4 or 5 blocks as well, as Valley has extended their lead here to 14 at 51-37. They have held Bar Reeve scoreless now for 5 minutes of this fourth quarter. Now we're probably going to see some trapping half-court defensive pressure, and Valley almost turned it over.
Yeah, right here we're going to see some traps in the corners. Ellison has to do a better job taking care of the basketball there. Obviously our bigs underneath are going to have to move up and see if we can get those easier passes down the wings.
2:48 left. Bounce pass off to Kennedy Land. Down to the corner goes to Yaya. Couldn't hang on to it. Now gets it back. Draws the double team, and they're going to call her for a travel again. So Lady Vikings will get it back, but
careless possession right there. We got to make sure we get a stop and get a rebound.
Big hill to climb here. Still looking for the first points of the quarter. High post, Foose, hands off to Ainscoe, drives it to the foul line, jumps it off now to Bullock for 3. It's no good. Rebound tapped around, and there's the jump ball you were looking at, Kelly, and Valley will get it this time.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to try to get Stevie McNew back into the ball game to help with some of this ball handling situation that the Vikings are going to throw to us.
Bar Reeve now 0 for 7 from the field here in the fourth quarter.
Well, and right there they ran that simple little handoff play. Valley does a much better job of getting underneath those screens.
Let's see if Bar Reeve comes out to meet Ellie at the 10-second line. They do. Dumps it off now to Jewel. Oh, they had Stevie wide open underneath the basket. Didn't see her, but Kennedy Land will launch a jumper, no good. And Jewel back up, and look at that. She has matched her career high that she had a couple of weeks ago against Rock Creek, now with 30. Here's a quick 3 by Ainscoe that is good. The first basket for Bar Reeve here in the fourth quarter. It took him 6 minutes to do it, and Valley in good shape with 1:48 to go as Burton drives around, hands underneath to Stevie Owen. She missed the layup. 13-point lead. Here comes Bar Reeve. Ainscoe drives it in on Land. Throws it out now to Bullock for a 3 try that is no good. And Stevie runs down the rebound. Outlet to Kennedy Land. And Marty Niehaus saying, back it back out. We don't need points. We need time off the clock. Double team. And there's a bump and a foul at midcourt. And they're going to get Mariah Bullock on the foul. Now here's where the lack of fouling really helps out Valley. Second on Bullock, but that's only the third team foul. So Bar Reeve is going to have to commit a bunch of fouls here just to get Valley into the bonus.
Well, true.
1:18 left, Valley by 13. Ellison dodging defenders along the perimeter. High post to Shakira Harper, knocked away. Stolen by Bullock. 2-on-2. She drives in. Missed the shot. Rebound tapped around. Grabbed by Kennedy Land. Outlet to Stevie. She'll take it in, back her way in, scoop it up, missed another layup. And they're going to get Stevie now on the rebounding foul. As again, Valley didn't need to necessarily take a shot, although it was a pretty high percentage shot.
Yeah, right there, Coach Niehaus going to get Stevie back out of the game. We'll bring
She'll
you
come
Cindy
out.
Gilmore back in for her defense, and hopefully a few rebounds here as we try to finish out this last 57 seconds.
Right. Haven't had many fouls here. That's just the third on Valley. Off the screen, Bullock, 15-footer around, would not go, and Shakira the rebound. Looks to get rid of it. Off now to Ellison Burton. So the Lady Hawks, an early 9-point deficit, had to make a nice little comeback, and they're going to win handily here as Ellison, dribbling, got all the way to the baseline and stepped out of bounds. But again, just 36 seconds left. Valley has outscored Bar Reeve, get this, 26-13 here in the second half. Off the screen, Bullock pulls up for a 10-footer and knocks it down. Mariah Bullock with her 13th point. But boy, Valley took her out of this game, Kelly.
Yeah.
Bullock had 11 in the first half. That's her first basket here of the second half to cut it to 53-42, but there's only 25 seconds left.
Well, I think you got to give Coach Niehaus a lot of credit on her defensive switches there in the halftime. We were definitely getting caught going over top, and they were getting some wide open backdoor cuts, but we've changed our style of man-to-man defense and able to get through some of those screens. Good help side defense here in this second half, and the Hawks have done a much better job defensively, which has definitely led to the lead that they have on the scoreboard.
We'll see what Bar Reeve elects to do here. Obviously, they're going to try to steal, but if not, you would think they would have to foul, but they would have to commit 4 more fouls just to get Valley into the bonus right now.
Well, for the Hawks right now, we obviously want to take care of the basketball. Even if we get a 5-second call, hang on to the thing. Don't throw it towards their basket because those would be quick steals and layups. It would appear that there's not enough time, but this is a game of basketball, and you never know what's going to happen, especially when you have 16 and 17-year-old girls out there.
Right.
Trust me, I know.
I'm not doubting you a bit. All right. Shakira Harper will inbounds. Full court pressure being applied by Bar Reeve. Kennedy Land in there along with Ellison Burton, Jewel McCormick, and Stevie McNew. As Shakira will look, gets it in now to Jewel. Gets it off now to Kennedy Land into the front court off to Stevie. He'll back it back out. 20 seconds left to go. Here is Ellison. Drove, and now we'll circle back out. Take some more time off the clock. 12 seconds left to go. Ellison drives, lobs it in low, and it's knocked away. Picked up by Bar Reeve. Ahead to Ainsko, who takes it in from the left side and lays it up and in. She's got her 15th point, but time will run out on the Bar Reeve Lady Vikings, and what a second half for this Springs Valley team. They dug an early hole, trailing 16-7, battled back to tie things up at 27 at halftime, and the final 2 quarters belong to the Lady Hawks as they're back into the winning column here tonight as they improved to 5-1 on the year, 2-1 here on the home floor, sending Bar Reeve down to their 3rd straight loss, and they remain winless on the road at 0-3. And certainly, at least from being in the stands, the happiest guy out here has to be Jewel McCormick's dad, Frank, as Jewel matched her career high tonight with 30 points. But again, what a great job her teammates did in finding her the ball, something they really didn't do a very good job of last week against Mitchell.
Yeah, and I think if you have to look back at this game film, you see Jewel working a little bit harder. You see the guards able to get the ball a little bit deeper, and anytime that you're able to do that and feed her in the post, she's pretty much money every time.
We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening from the Hawks Nest in French Lick on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. The Springs Valley Lady Blackhawks 53, the Bar Reeve Lady Vikings 44. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
We're offering something new at Springs Valley Meadows, outpatient therapy. Get the details by calling me, Shaylin Lindsay, Director of Admissions, at 936-9991. If you're needing long-term, short-term care, hospice, or respite care for a loved one, Springs Valley Meadows has a compassionate therapist and the latest technologies and programs to fit your needs. Programs to increase mobility to get your loved ones back home as soon as possible. Come visit Springs Valley Meadows, an American senior community facility in French Lick.
Tired of having to drive all over the place just to find a restaurant that offers quality food at affordable prices that's also kid-friendly? Surprise! There's one right in your own backyard. Legends Family Restaurant in French Lick has a variety of menu items designed to satisfy even the most discriminating appetite, including the best wings around, all at prices that won't wreck the budget. And Legends has a kids menu that'll have the little ones wanting to come back for more. They even have a large party room to help you pull off that special event for anywhere from 2 to 200 hungry people. For reservations, just call 936-6338. Legends Family Restaurant across from the Fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
I'm Christian Bloom, Dean of the Vincent University Jasper campus. We work closely with industry to ensure our programs are relevant and lead to high-paying jobs locally. I'm also proud of our seamless transferability, saving you thousands on credits that transfer to both private and public institutions. Job promotion, career change, or just want to save money while completing gen eds, VUJ just makes sense. Get your start today with a focused, quality education at Vincent University Jasper.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Back once again at Springs Valley High School here in French Lick, where Springs Valley knocks off the Bar Reeve Lady Vikings here tonight by a final count of 53-44, doing it with a dominating second half of play in which they outscored the visitors from Davies County 26-17 in that second half of play, and it was actually worse. Valley led by as many as 16 before Bar Reeve scored the final 7 points in this contest, but by then this one was all but over. So give credit to this Valley team. I thought the first half, Kelly, their defense left a little bit to be desired, and whatever Coach Niehaus drew up for them there for the second half, they played that exactly to the letter and really bottled up the top players for Bar Reeve.
Yeah, and I think the defense definitely improved in that second half. Whatever she talked about in halftime, the girls really took to. But I think one area that the Hawks really did a much better job of in the second half is rebounding. And in that first and second quarter, you saw Bar Reeve definitely hot from the field. Valley not getting some of those defensive rebounds and giving up some big offensive boards. I think in that first half, Ainscough got to the line several times, and when she gets there, she's money. So definitely some great adjustments, some good changes, and overall better effort in that second half.
Well, let's take a look at the scoring in the game for Bar Reeve. And by the way, we want to remind you that as soon as we're done here, we'll be taking you out to Durham, North Carolina, as the Indiana Hoosiers taking on the Duke Blue Devils in Durham. That's scheduled for a 9:30 tip, so we'll be out there in plenty of time for that. But scoring-wise for the Lady Vikings, they're now 1-4 on the year, by the way, 0-3 away from home. They've now dropped their last 3. They were paced tonight by Addison Ainscough. She did not have a field goal in the first half, but she was 5 out of 6 at the line and heated up there in the second half. But really, by the time she got things going, it was pretty much too late, as Valley's defense had the rest of her teammates bottled up for the most part. She did, though, score 16 to lead Bar Reeve, one of 3 double-figure scores. Mariah Bullock had 13, but only 2 after halftime, as, again, the Lady Hawks kept her in check. And the other double-figure scorer was Rachel Wilson. She had a total of 12 in the game. The only other person to score for Bar Reeve was Tracy Stahl. She had a first-quarter 3-point basket. Melissa Wagler started, did not score. And Hannah Foose and Lindley Sheets played off the bench for Bar Reeve, but did not tally as Brett Graver used just 7 players in the contest. For Springs Valley, all 5 of their starters did score, 2 in double figures out of the 8 that Marty Niehaus used. And again, Jewel McCormick matching her career high. She had 30 against Rock Creek a couple of weeks ago, and she burns the Lady Vikings for another 30 here tonight. 14 field goals, 2 out of 4 at the free throw line. But boy, what a job again her teammates did in finding her.
Yeah, and you know, I think tonight's contest was one of those games where she worked a little bit harder in the post. Her guards were able to get the ball a little bit deeper within the offense. Some to do with Bar Reeve's defense coming out in that zone. They weren't that tight man-to-man like we saw from Mitchell, but it just really felt like our passing was much better tonight. We did end with 15 turnovers, but several of them coming right there at the end of the ball game or early in the game. But for a crucial point there where we made some runs there in that third quarter, we took care of the basketball, made good decisions with it, and didn't give up those rebounds like we did in the first half.
So in addition to Jules' 30, Ellison Burton chipped in with 15. One of her 4 field goals, a 3-pointer, and a perfect 6 for 6 at the free throw line. And as if to say, hey, Mitchell was just an aberration. She didn't even commit a foul tonight. So I think she sat out maybe 1 or 2 minutes out of the ball game tonight, but what a job she did in directing this team.
Yeah, and you know, Ellison's a kid that she's going to respond, and she knew after that Mitchell game, having to sit much of that first half, the impact that it made on her team, and tonight she did a much better job of making sure that that didn't occur. And coming into this game, Bar Reeve had watched that game film. They knew that they could go at her, but she did a much better job moving her feet, not reaching, and committing some of those adrenaline fouls, I guess you would say, within that first minute and a half.
Stevie McNew, a couple of baskets for 4 tonight. Shakira Harford had a field goal for 2. Yesenia Gilmore had a second quarter putback for 2 as well to round out the scoring. Kennedy Land, Abby Kendall, and Kiara Warren all got into the game for the Lady Hawks but did not score. But again, Jewel with 30 and Ellison 15 to Pace Valley. They're now 5-1 on the year, 2-1 here at home as they give Marty Niehaus her 18th win here at Valley and win number 390 on her illustrious career. Bar Reeve led 16-13 after 1. We were tied at 27 at halftime. Valley led 45-37 going into the final quarter, and they win it by 9 here tonight on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard at 53-44. We'll take a quick break and continue with more of our post-game activities from the Hawks Nest in a moment. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
This is Jamie Schinnebarger, President and CEO of Springs Valley Bank and Trust. As another exciting year draws to a close, we express gratitude to our customers and our communities. Thank you for placing your confidence and trust in us and allowing Springs Valley to be your community bank. Looking ahead to 2019, Springs Valley continues to expand our products and services, which are designed to help our neighbors realize their financial dreams, grow local businesses, and support our communities. On behalf of everyone at Springs Valley, best wishes this holiday season. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's time to tech the halls this season with a chance to win a $250 gift card to wrap up your holiday shopping. Mark Saturday, December 8th for our annual Christmas open house at our technology-powered by Smithville store. Drop by the Smithville Technology Store in Bloomington for great gifts and stocking stuffers. Really tech the halls with popular stocking stuffers including Whoosh screen wipes, holiday-themed smartphone pop sockets, wallet ninjas, and more. For store location information, visit smithville.tech. That's smithville.tech.
This is Springs Valley girls coach Marty Niehaus, thanking you, our fans, for your continued support of Lady Blackhawk basketball all season long.
Again here at Springs Valley High School in French Lick. Valley with a come-from-behind victory over Bar Reeve tonight, 53-44, the final count as Valley with a smothering defense in the second half. Bar Reeve scored 27 of their 44 before intermission, but Valley held them to just 10 in the third quarter, and actually Bar Reeve did not score for the first 6 minutes of the fourth quarter. They managed to get 7 more before the end of the ball game, but by then Valley had this one well in hand. Joining us now, head coach Marty Niehaus, and Coach, congratulations on the victory. And I hate using that that old phrase, a tale of two halves, but the way you played defense in the second half compared to the first half, that's pretty much why you won the game tonight.
Yeah, when the game started, I didn't think we were playing terrible defense, but Bar Reeve hit everything. I thought there for a while they weren't going to miss. But our kids hung with it, and I thought we wore them down in the second half. I thought they started looking a little bit tired. Not that we did a few times there, but them more so than us. And I was really pleased with Yaya's play, especially the job that she did on number 32. I thought she really took her out of her game tonight.
Well, and Coach, like you said, Yesenia comes in, gives you some big minutes defensively. You really saw her make some adjustments there, and especially at halftime, getting under some of those screens and closing out a little bit quicker. And I'm sure that's something you talked about. But just talk a little bit about her presence, not only on the defensive end, but pulling down some rebounds.
Right.
I thought she was huge in that second half in that area.
Yeah, I agree. That's all a part of the finish of the defense is getting that rebound, and she did a good job with that. I thought Shakira did a nice job with that. Jewel had some big boards. And even the guards, stepped up and got some loose balls. Again, where I thought, sometime in the first half maybe we don't beat Bar Reeve for that ball, but we did in the second half, and that was certainly good to see.
Recognition, I thought, was the key again. Coach, you had trouble getting the ball into Jewel in the Mitchell game, and I thought kids' recognition a lot better tonight.
Yeah, I think everything was sharper. I thought there was more focus. Ellison especially did a great job of looking ahead and really just threading the needle and pinpointing that thing into Jewel, and then Jewel had a good, got off to a good start, had a good night, finishing those 2-footers.
I thought you kind of frustrated Bar Reeve a little bit. I mean, you took them away from a lot of things that they were doing there in that first half of play. You kind of brought a little bit of that up, but I also thought help side defense was a lot better there after halftime as well.
Yeah, I would agree. The first half we were kind of mindful of getting over there, but not as strongly as we needed to. But I thought the second half we did real good. There was the one play they called a foul on Shakira, and I thought she had done a great job of getting over there and helping and getting straight up. Maybe the best one I saw. The refs didn't like it, but I thought it was good. So that was good to see. And, the other thing we talked about is if you get beat on the drive, everybody has to rotate over, and then we have to get back and get into that rebounding position. I thought we did a lot better job of that in the second half, instead of just standing there watching and letting it fall into their hands and letting them take it back up, like 50 did a couple times in the first half.
I thought one part of the ball game that was important there, you mentioned that seemed like they were hitting everything they were throwing up. I think they hit 5 out of 6 shots there at one stretch. They're late in that first quarter. You got down by 9, but you didn't see any panic from the kids out there on the court. They just stayed with their game. They scored the last 6 points of the quarter and got it to within 3. That was part of actually a 10-0 run that got them back. And from there, you were able to really not let them take control of the game.
Yeah, that's something that we need to keep working on, because sometimes we're still not making the greatest decisions. In that regard, for late game, we need to work the ball and maybe not chuck up a crazy shot. So still room for improvement there. But you're right. I thought the kids did a pretty good job of just keeping their heads and keeping themselves in the game.
What do you think as far as your bench with Kennedy, Abby, and Kira all coming in and giving you some quality minutes?
Yeah, I thought those guys did a good job. We had Kira out there kind of out of position, although Shakira and Jewel both in foul trouble, but she did a good job, I thought, and that's the kind of contribution that those guys can make, because, again, they've only got one quarter, most of them, Kennedy being an exception at a Kendall, but they've only got one quarter, so Lord knows where they're going to get plugged in, but they just got to make the most of it, and I thought Kira did a good job with that. And the other kids that came off the bench, got to play kind of in their normal position, but I thought it was good, especially I thought Kennedy looked sharper than she did the game before, and I think you're going to continue to see that going forward, or at least I hope so.
All right, Coach, day of practice tomorrow, then right back at it on Thursday. Short little jaunt down to Du Bois, but obviously an important game, a potential sectional opponent.
Yeah, and of course going to Du Bois is always a tough place to play.
Are you saying they get some homers, Coach? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
Okay,
I'm not
just
saying
checking.
that. No, I'm not saying that. But it's just a kind of a cool atmosphere, and you know, it seems like the Jeeps. I don't know if they see me, and then it gets them all fired up or what.
Back in the day, that was the cue. When you see Coach Niehaus, he turned it up, and so maybe when you walk in, that might occur. So kids definitely got to be ready.
Yeah. You'll probably go get them fired up. So
no.
But yeah, we're looking forward to it.
All right, Coach, we're going to give you the assist. You know, we had to figure here. Maybe we're just speculating, but Jewel matching her career high tonight with 30 points on her dad's birthday. So what better birthday present can you give him?
But you know, Coach, one thing he really wanted was for her to fire up a three-pointer and to put one in. And I told her before the game when she mentioned that Coach Niehaus probably wouldn't like her out of the three-point line shooting. So you better thank me on that one.
All right, I do appreciate that. We got to keep her straight on that.
Maybe you can promise her one three-point shot before the year's out or something.
I think Shakira would like to have one too. Probably.
Well, I watched her shoot at the green court. I think we'll keep her inside,
too. Okay.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again on Thursday before the Du Bois game.
Okay, thank you.
Nice job, Coach.
Marty Niehaus, the head coach of the Lady Blackhawks, joining us after the contest here tonight as Valley wins it by 9 over Bar Reeve, 53-44. Let's bring in a couple of young ladies that factored in the victory tonight. We'll start with sophomore guard Yesenia Gilmore. And tell you what, before we get started, Yaya, I want to know the story. How did you get that nickname? Can you tell us in about 30 seconds or less how that came about?
I don't know. I kind of just got it after I was born.
So you've had it almost all your life.
Yeah.
So it's a family nickname, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That'll work. I didn't know if maybe as a baby or something, all you said was Yaya or something, or kind of part of your name a little bit, I guess, but we'll take that as an explanation. Congratulations on the win tonight, and I guess you're kind of stuck with the other team's best player to guard defensively. Talk a little bit about how much you cherish that role in trying to stop the best player from the other team.
Actually, I don't know if I cherish it. It's kind of scary having all the pressure to stop them, because if I can't, I let down everyone and not just myself. So I gotta try a lot harder.
What have been some of the biggest areas you felt that you've improved on? Obviously a freshman last year, a sophomore this year. Were there some areas you wanted to concentrate on and improve your game, and you feel you've done that so far?
Well, my defense, obviously, and I need to work on shooting more, which I've started doing a little bit.
Do you think a lot of that maybe is just a confidence thing, that, you know, if they're bottling up Ellie or Jewel or Stevie and they're leaving you open, hey, if that shot's there, step up and take it?
Yeah.
All right. How big was this game coming off? I know everybody kind of felt like you laid an egg, so to speak, against Mitchell last week. How big was it to bounce back tonight?
It meant a lot to us to bounce back. We kind of told ourselves that we were just going to restart our season and forget about Mitchell because of how bad we played, and we wanted a winning season all year. We really want sectional this year, so it meant a lot to come back and play better.
All right. Your basket, by the way, tonight came on a putback. Talk a little bit about that. A weak side, and, boy, you didn't hesitate to get that right back up there.
Didn't think. I just put it back.
You didn't think you were so close to the basket you didn't have any other option, right?
Didn't. You can't pass it back. There's people there.
Well,
They're right there.
And Coach would have probably yelled if you did, so probably a good decision on your part.
Yeah.
Instinct, right?
Yes.
Well, and to go along with that, Mike, she had 6 rebounds tonight. So not only does she draw the best offensive player from the other team and does a phenomenal job defensively, but pulls down 6 boards. So I give you the MVP tonight.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, Yesenia, congratulations on the win. Good to get back into the winning column, and let's make it 2 in a row on Thursday against Du Bois.
We'll do it.
All righty. Yesenia Gilmore, Yaya, joining us here after the contest tonight as Valley a 9-point winner here over Bar Reeve. Let's bring in her, Yaya's classmate, and again, these two, my two favorite nicknames on the team. I'm not sure if anybody else has any nicknames, but we've got Yaya, and now we've got Shakira Harford. And again, Shakira, congratulations on the victory tonight. It's got to feel good coming off. I'll bet this week, between last Tuesday and this Tuesday, felt like forever for all the players, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
What did you guys kind of do in practice this week here to kind of help erase the memories and try to make sure a game like that doesn't happen again?
As soon as we lost that game, Coach brought us into that room, and she said, didn't look like you guys have enough intensity. She said, next week practice, you bring it to the court, and that's what we did.
Did she work you a little harder this past week, you think?
Yes, sir.
You know, Shaq, I think one area that I've really seen you improve on is within your rebounding, and that comes from when Jules on the one block and able to put the shot up, and it doesn't quite go in for her. You're able to pull those rebounds down on the weak side. But talk a little bit about some other things that you've really tried to focus on this summer to get ready for this upcoming season.
Well, I worked on my free throws. My mom helped me with that. We worked on my posts. We really worked on my free throws because that was just a mess. But we just worked on things I needed to work on.
How did you think your help side defense was tonight? I thought in the second half you really were a big asset there in that third quarter, getting underneath screens and being good help side defense.
Yeah, as soon as we got done with the second quarter, Chris pulled me aside. He goes, "You better help with that, or I'm gonna get you." I was like, "Okay."
Take us back to the locker room at halftime. Hopefully, Coach wasn't using any bad words or anything like that, but just for you guys to do, especially defensively coming out there in the second half.
She was just wanting to make sure that we were man-to-man, make sure we get that girl that could shoot the threes. And for our offensive-wise, when they were putting their defense out, we knew we had to do 2-on-2, which was putting me at top and Joe on bottom.
Did it seem like at first Bar Reeve couldn't miss a shot, especially there in that first? And boy, what do we have to do to get them to miss a shot?
Yeah, I was kind of scared for a moment. Me fouling out, I wasn't even mean to, but I'm thanking God that we showed up tonight, made sure we got those points back.
Okay, you talked about a few things you worked on this summer, but I saw the start of that third quarter, a little hook shot jumper. Where'd you learn that from?
So my mom and I were watching YouTube, and we saw Magic Johnson. So I looked him up and started watching what he did, practiced over the summer with the hook shots. And my mom told me, "You better show you something different tonight," and I did. I wanted to make sure I did.
Well, it was a beauty, that's for sure. I wasn't sure if you were passing or shooting, but then it went right in, so perfect.
So we'll look forward to seeing some other shots in your repertoire besides that jump hook as the season moves along?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Plenty more.
We'll look forward to that. Du Bois coming up on Thursday night, a potential sectional opponent. It's back on the road, so you're looking at this maybe as a statement game to say, hey, don't mess with us.
Yeah, last year we lost against them. We got to make sure we get them back to pay back.
Well, you probably remember last year losing to Bar Reeve over at their place by 2. I think everybody thought you guys should have won that ball game and didn't. So here's a chance for a little payback there as well, right?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Thanks for stopping by, Shakira. Congratulations on the win. Let's go get them on Thursday.
All right.
Nice job, Shakira.
All righty. Shakira Harford, sophomore, forward for the Lady Hawks here tonight. 2 points in the contest, a ton of rebounds, and yes, indeed, her little jump hook, a beauty, and we'll look forward to seeing some more of those as the season moves along. All right, Kelly, you want to give the final numbers? I'll fill in the gaps here as you go along.
Okay, so we look at the Springs Valley Blackhawks first. They go 22 of 50 from the field for 44%. 21 of 42 two-point range for 50%. And the Hawks are shooting 8 3-pointers tonight, only able to convert on one of those, I believe, early in the game for 13%.
Both teams made their free throws tonight. Bar Reeve 9 out of 10. Valley almost as good. They were 8 out of 10. Ellison was 6 for 6, and Jewel 2 out of 4.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Niehaus excited to see that percentage from the line for the Hawks. Hopefully, as we can get into this season, maybe even get a few more free throws under our belt. But total rebounds for the Hawks, 38 on the night, 8 coming on the offensive end, 30 defensive rebounds, and 15. As we look at Bar Reeve, from the field, 29%. They were hot there in that first half, especially the first quarter. Kind of cooled down as the Valley defense stepped up. From two-point range, 11 of 41, 26%. And they shoot 14 three-pointers tonight, able to convert on 5 of those for 36%. Total rebounds for the Vikings, just 14. 4 on the offensive end and 10 on the defensive end. And then turnover-wise, they end up with 7 for the night.
All right, 4 ties in the contest and 7 lead changes, all but one of those in the first half of play, as Valley got the first basket of the third quarter. Bar Reeve tied it up at 29. Then back-to-back field goals by Jewel put Valley up by 4, and they would never lead by less than that the rest of the contest, building up leads as big as 16 before Bar Reeve scored the final 7 points of the contest to make it a little more respectable. But again, that final margin of 9, not really indicative of Valley was in total control really from about the middle of the third quarter on. Final again, 53-44 as Springs Valley takes out Bar Reeve on the Sullivan Financial Board. We'll take our final break and wrap things up before we take you out to Hoosier basketball, going on, taking on the Duke Blue Devils here tonight. We'll return in a moment. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
When someone in your family needs rehab or nursing care, be sure to visit Springs Valley Meadows in French Lick. There's a reason why Springs Valley Meadows has been given a 5-star rating, and we'd like to show you why. This is Shaylin Lindsay, Director of Admissions, with an invitation to visit Springs Valley Meadows on Highway 145 and see our large rehab facility where we put your loved one on the road to recovery. Whether it's rehab, respite care, skilled nursing care, or long-term care, we can help at Springs Valley Meadows, where caring people make the difference. 936-9991.
This is Springs Valley Junior Guard Ellison Burton. Keep it tuned in to Q100 all season long for Lady Blackhawks basketball.
And before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley girls basketball.
Catch all the action of Blackhawk and IU sports on the Sports Voice of the Valley, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Back for the final time of the Hawks Nest. Springs Valley back on the winning track as they defeat Bar Reeve here tonight by a final count of 53-44, breaking away from a 27-all halftime deadlock by outscoring the Lady Vikings 26-17 over those final 16 minutes. They also held Bar Reeve scoreless for the first 6 minutes of that fourth quarter. Valley actually scored the first 8, and they're only 8 in those first 6 minutes before Bar Reeve kind of made it a little more respectable by scoring the final 7. But a good win for this Valley team here tonight, Kelly, in a non-conference, non-potential sectional opponent setting. You know, anytime you beat Bar Reeve, who certainly is known for their outstanding basketball programs, whether it be the boys, whether it be the girls, really they're good in about every sport. I think you certainly will take that victory.
Oh, definitely so, and I think Coach Niehaus has to be pleased with a lot of areas within this ball game. And you know, you go into a night and you've got some big numbers from Jewel and Ellison, and a great scoring night. You get your defense to step up, something that lacked against Mitchell. You rebound the ball much better in the second half. So just an overall solid game for the Hawks, especially as you go into that third and fourth quarter tonight. And you know, as this season progresses and these games get deeper, how will they respond? And I thought tonight our stamina held up fairly well in that third and fourth quarter. I think we were able to run Bar Reeve a little bit into the ground as they went with 7 players. We only played, I think, 8. And so our stamina definitely outlasted them. But a good win coming off of that Thanksgiving break, not only the loss against Mitchell, but just coming back from a break and sometimes how your kid's going to respond, and they did a solid job tonight.
All right, so the Lady Hawks look ahead now to Northeast DuBois coming up here on Thursday night. And, you know, this rivalry has gone on long enough that rather Springs Valley might be the heavy favorite or DuBois the heavy favorite. It seems like when these teams get together, they're always in for a battle. And we know Andy Chin having a tough start with a very young DuBois team. In fact, I don't think he has any seniors on the squad, but now they cannot go into that contest with the mentality of trying to take them lightly.
No, and Coach Niehaus will not allow that to occur. She's a coach that knows how difficult it is to play on the road at Northeast DuBois, and you know, they're a phenomenal program, a program that's been around for a long time, and even though they're struggling a little bit at the beginning of the season, they're still a team that's capable of stepping up and knocking off solid teams. And we look at Springs Valley right now as a solid team in southern Indiana, and they're going to definitely step up their game and step up for the challenge. So should be a good contest on Thursday night. Encourage the fans to make that trip, even though it's cold and nasty outside. The stands were nice here tonight. A lot of people out for the game, a lot of people listening, and hopefully this crowd continues to grow for these kids as they're working really hard.
All right, well, look forward to that as the season continues to unfold, and we will see you on Saturday night when the Valley boys head down to Evansville to take on day school.
Yeah, a solid trip from Coach Leitsman. Obviously a long trip, but one that he's looking forward to, especially, like you said, to bounce back off of that Forest Park game. 2 solid games here from Coach Leitsman and his boys squad, and he's hoping to come out and get a couple wins.
All right, here tonight, Jewel McCormick matches her career high with 30 as she gives her dad a very good birthday present as Valley breaks a 27-all halftime tie and goes on to a 9-point victory over Bar Reeve. Allison Burton with 15 to help out as the Lady Hawks improved to 5-1 on the year, now 2-1 here at home. In the 19 meetings since the 2000-2001 season, Bar Reeve still leads in the overall series at 13-6. Bar Reeve had 3 double-figure scores led by Addison Ainscoe with 16, but they fall to 1-4 on the year, and they remain winless in 3 tries on the road as they have now dropped 3 straight. Bar Reeve with their East Coast swing, I guess, through Orange County. They will take on Paoli on Thursday, and of course Valley taking on Northeast DuBois. More on that in just a moment. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home, car, business, wherever you might be tuning in, and we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we receive from our participating schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you, and we'll be back with Kevin Terrell and me on Thursday night as we'll be at the Lady Jeeps Gymnasium, Valley taking on Northeast DuBois, and we'll look forward to a 7:15 airtime with broadcast with tip-off set for 7:30. By the way, JV action tonight. It was a nip-and-tuck affair, but Bar Reeve getting the better of Brad Bledsaw's JV Lady Hawks. 47-42 the final. The B team now falls to 1-3 on the season. For our studio engineer this evening, Adam Hole, and for Kelly Smith, this is Mike Hamilton, bidding you a fine and pleasant farewell from the Hawks Nest in French Lick, where tonight's final score on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard was the Springs Valley Lady Blackhawks 53, the Bar Reeve Lady Vikings 44. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley, thanks you for listening to tonight's game. Tonight's presentation has been brought to you by Legends Restaurant across from the fountain in French Lick. Orange County RAMC offering home security systems. Call 865-2229 or toll-free 888-337-5900. Smithville Fiber now offering DSL and fast internet service to customers. Another way to serve you better. Springs Valley Bank and Trust with offices in French Lick, Paoli, and Jasper. Springs Valley Meadows, an American senior community facility, Highway 145 in French Lick, and by Vincennes University Jasper campus. It just makes sense for education. Call 812-482-3030. High school basketball is a presentation of Q100 Sports. You can best show your appreciation for this broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. You're listening to your power station for sports, Q100 WFLQ French Lick.
Stay out of foul trouble, because really